got a lot to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, to start with, we have really amazing footage of a mystery drone, or something purported to be a mystery drone. Really close-up, very clear footage of this object, this craft, whatever the heck this thing is. Looks a lot like a plane, but not quite like a plane. It is certainly not lit up like a plane. Decked out like a Christmas tree. What is it doing? Why is it there? Why are these things still being seen? What is the purpose of the mystery drone phenomenon? It seems very anomalous. It's worldwide, and yet it does do, certain like grid-like patterns, as if, these drones or whatever they are operational. Like they're doing some mission or something. They're on some task, and they do some repeatable activities like shutting down airports or causing unsafe air conditions over airports and forcing them to shut down. It's this crazy mystery. We need some answers. This could be a really great example of footage of a mystery drone. So let me know what you think. Is this legit? Is that what we're looking at? Or are we looking at something more conventional? Here's another UFO video that's been making the rounds. I've been seeing this everywhere, of a potential UFO altering the course of this comet or asteroid, meteor, as it's descending over a town. The UFO, as you can see, appears in the frame and seems to alter the course so it doesn't strike this city. I've been seeing this go viral, and Mick West has commented on this, of course, and he says, "We can tell this video is fake because the trail on the meteorite moves as one. Meteorite trails are essentially stopped almost instantly, like a plane contrail. So they would appear curved if the path of the meteorite was being diverted by some strange force, which it isn't." That's Mick West's explanation or debunking of this. I tend to agree with him on this one. I think this is probably faked. I don't see this as being real. But if you do, let me know in the comments below. And that's where debunkers like Mick West really prove handy at, keeping us honest and making sure we're not chasing our own tails, or meteorite tails, as the case may be. However, debunkers are only good if they're honest. And Mick West could be a useful ally in all of this if he actually verified some UFO videos as genuinely anomalous. If he says, "Oh, this one looks real and I've analyzed it, and this one doesn't look real, and this is why," that would be a useful thing to have. And we do have people like that out there. However, Mick West is simply and purely a debunker with an agenda to debunk everything. And Mark von Rennenkampf has had enough. It was specifically, we're talking about the Jackson Tic Tac, the new Tic Tac UFO video released by Jeremy Corbell from Military Sources. Mick West goes into a long debunking of the Jackson Tic Tac, but Mark von Rennenkamp is not having it. He says, "Stalling and obfuscation on Tic Tac video. This is by far the most data-rich military UAP video / incident. Why won't Mick West propose a theory? He has all the on-screen data. He made a career out of ignoring and belittling witness accounts. No known aircraft would be seen." So yeah, it's not an aircraft. The Jackson Tic Tac is clearly an anomalous craft of some sort. They were saying there were 4 of these objects, at least one of them, coming out of the water. As far as I know, no known plane comes out of the water. So I think Mark is totally on point, calling out Mick West and his clear agenda-driven debunkings. Meanwhile, I had to share this interesting footage of a potential tiny alien skull. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I say potential because there are some definite questions about this. But it looks good. I mean, it's a good looking skull. If it's a fake, it's not bad. But yeah, is it legit? Is it legit? Yeah, that is the question. I totally, I've shown multiple photos and videos of what seems to be evidence of tiny humanoids running around the planet today. We're all familiar with the Atacama mummy, which, Gary Nolan was saying off the record was legitimately anomalous. On the record, he completely debunked it, but off the record, he said it was legitimately anomalous, and he has admitted to saying that. Saying, oh, that was just talk. Well, it was just talk from Gary Nolan. So what is the Atacama mummy? And, there are other examples of anomalous little guys running around. I, showed the story on this little fella. Here we go. In April 2024, on the hill of Demetrius, located in Monterrey, Nuevo Leon, Mexico, located in the foothills of the Sierra Madre Oriente in the northeastern region of Mexico and known as the City of the Mountains. This being was found inside a cavern by a hiking and mine exploration enthusiast. A really interesting being that was found, a very small specimen that was found in this cave. I think this is legit. I think that there are little guys running around the planet. They may or may not be related to the Nazca beings. They do seem to have a global presence. There was that Alyoshinka being in Russia that was very similar to these elongated, alien-looking little humanoids that may be some sort of hybrid or something. I don't know what they are. But the question is this particular specimen legit? Weird Old World says, someone recently found the skull of a so-called duende in the mountains near Cusco. Duendes are small beings that allegedly live in caves and trees, and that many people of this region claim to have seen at some point in their life. Looks like it would be hard to make something like this. What do you think? And yeah, I've shared, the rumors from that part of the world that, there are still beings coming and going from caves in the mountains that may be something like the little Nazca mummies or something even smaller like these little guys. Now, there's a debate going on if this is legitimate or not. Stone Nub Language says, I'm not saying it's fake, but you can buy anatomically correct miniature replica elongated skulls online. And yeah, those look pretty solid. Look at that. I like that. I may have to get one of those. Now, the ones we're looking at in this video here, it's hollow. It's much more detailed. It's different from what those replicas appear to be. Weird Old World says, I don't know. I wonder if they're hollow too. These guys right here, those do seem to be different. Stone Nub Language says, I don't know if they're hollow either. I assume better quality ones are, but some are not that convincing. This gentleman says, not real, but cool looking. The mold they made it from didn't open up the foramen magnum at the bottom for the spinal cord. This would have been a bodiless head. Weird Old World says, can't the C1 vertebra be broken and stuck into the foramen magnum? It wouldn't block the hole like flash from a mold. Tio Red Octopus says they're real, or at least the little people of the Cherokee people are real. If this is a 3D printing of something, it's a pretty good 3D printing. I can totally see that being a very nice 3D printing, but it also looks very detailed. I'm not enough of a scientist to know about the spinal column issue. So if you are, chime in below. Let us know if you think this is an example, another example of a small humanoid being found, or if this is just BS. Meanwhile, Wixie wants to know what is going on with these orbs dancing in the sky. Well, let's see if we can find out. Wow, that is a beautiful UFO. Is there any audio? No, nothing. No, nothing on audio. Just orbs doing their thing, dancing in the sky, hanging out, having some fun. I love those videos of the UFOs where you can see them kind of like swimming around in the sky and stuff, organically, like living beings or something. Is that kind of what we're looking at here? Or is this fake? Is this BS? It's good footage. I like it. I hope this is legit because that's some really nice, sweet UFO action. I love it. Let me know what you think about this amazing footage of these orbs dancing in the sky. Meanwhile, probably the biggest news I've come across today is that Deep Prasad is leading a new civilian organization to retrieve UFOs. Now, Deep Prasad is an experiencer. I've talked several times about his experience where he received this amazing download of hieroglyphic information after a UFO superimposed itself around him. And the only intelligible thing in his download, because he couldn't decipher the hieroglyphic stuff, was the words or the letters DNA. As if the beings were trying to impart to him that DNA was very important to them, which makes perfect sense since they seem to be creating hybrids around the world today, and they seem like they've done that historically, like with the Nazca mummies, potentially those little guys, potentially giants. Absolutely, they do seem to be interested in DNA, so I think his experience is very important. He is a quantum computer guy who's trying to revolutionize quantum computing, but he's also really interested in UFOs, obviously. And he is announcing during the SF UAP Hackathon, I will be revealing 3 new initiatives, including Starvasa, my hypersonic detection long-term Mars company, Open NHI, a publicly owned UAP crash recovery program started by my co-founder, Marilyn Ma, and I. Wow, that's amazing. So we not only do we have Skywatcher out there trying to lure in Sky Squid or whatever is going on there, and maybe even invite one of these to the ground so it can be studied and getting this stuff peer reviewed, which is incredible. I love what Skywatcher is doing. I'm very excited to see what the next shoe to drop on that story is. I think that's going to be incredible. We have the Tedesco brothers out there also scientifically gathering data on UFOs. And now we have Deep Prasad starting a new initiative to recover crashed UFOs. Now, I don't know how that's going to work. I'm pretty sure the control group has a lock on that kind of thing. So, I mean, we've seen, I've reported on Jon Stewart's story about the JSOC Lockheed Martin firefight, where there's actually a firefight with fatalities over a downed UFO. So that turned out to be a Lockheed Martin UFO. So I don't know how Deep Prasad's organization is going to go about this. They're having this detection technology. They're going to detect these things as they come down, and then they're going to go retrieve them. I hope they're doing this live on YouTube so that if there's any shenanigans, we can see it. That will be super fascinating. So I think this is really interesting. I love that civilians are getting in on this and doing it intelligently and with resources behind them. I think that's amazing, guys. So yeah, let me know what you think about Deep Prasad going out there and getting his own UFO. Meanwhile, Pavel Ibarra says, photos snapped in August 29, 2024 in the small forest town of Bochol, Chiapas, Mexico. I totally said that right. But it's amazing footage or amazing photos of this object. Look at that. And that is just so clear. That is incredible. I mean, I want to say it's too good to be true, but the reverse is also true, right? If it's blurry, people say, oh, just another grainy, blurry UFO video. But then when it's too clear, we say, yeah, too good to be true. So what do you think? Is this on the level? Is this real? I would love to know more information about this. I hope we find out all about it in the days to come, and maybe Pavel is on that. Let's see. Ryan says this is some Billy Meyer level photography right there. Now, I'm actually on the fence about Billy Meyer. I don't think he has been debunked at all. I think there may be some there, actually. Pavel says author is Sammy Robles from Chiapas. He was snapping pics for a model's portfolio at a sporting complex. The lady was the one who saw the object hovering above that mountain. They claim it was about the size of a house. The images were snapped in 2023 with a semi-professional camera in HD. If you Google it, you will find it in Spanish only. So that's all the information that I have on this. Really incredible series of photos of this object. So let me know what you think. Meanwhile, this is a pyramid I had never even heard about. This is an incredible pyramid. Look at that fantastic thing. I love it. Forgotten History says, can't believe more people don't talk about the Great Pyramid of Tonina. You know I got that. Hidden in the Chiapas jungle, it's taller than the Pyramid of the Sun at Teotihuacan. Seriously, 75 meters tall. Built on 7 levels to represent different Maya realms, including the underworld. Totally underrated. I think that's amazing. I've never seen any pyramid quite like that before, and I had to share it with you guys. I may have to do some digging on this really cool pyramid, because that is one of a kind right there. Meanwhile, Steph Kent says Norway was treated to some spectacular aurora during the recent geomagnetic storm. Check this out, guys. Wow, that is lovely. Look at that. Whew. Man, I don't know if it's worth living in Norway to see stuff like that, but it might be. There's no Mexican food in Norway. I'm a Texan, guys. I need Mexican food. But if there's some Mexican food up there, I might be moving. Meanwhile, what the heck is going on in this news video?
This is recounting some of the drama that unfolded on the Sunshine Coast this afternoon. 2 sisters have told how their mother and man raced to help when the carjacked SUV rolled on Steve Irwin Way, only to find the gun-wielding car thief emerging from the wreck. Here's some of what they had to say.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum, and he went up there and he was coming back down towards us, and he goes, run, he's got a gun. And our heart started to pound, and I said, oh, Mum, where's Mum? And poor Mum was stuck up there, but apparently our brave Mum, she goes, are you all right?
Because he had all blood
all over his face. And he goes, I'll shoot you. She goes, hey, I'm here to help.
And Mum distracting him to make him look the other way, and he looked the other way, and Mum ran into the bush
behind the fence. And the guy goes to her, I'll find you and I'll shoot you. All I was thinking about when we were...
Well, everything worked out okay for him and everybody was okay, but wow. What is going on with these twins? Meanwhile, Skywatch Signal is sharing some images of reptilians around the world. Apparently, this is a Sumerian reptilian, an Egyptian reptilian, a Mayan reptilian, Chinese, and Aboriginal. I want to fact check these to make sure these are legit, but I will let you guys let me know what you think about this. Either way, these are startlingly similar figures of reptilians. All around the world. Last but not least, this dog wants that ball from the water, but he is too afraid to get it. How will he get that ball? Oh, he's got a friend. Let me know what you think about this awesome dog and his buddy in the comments below, and everything else covered today. Like and subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road, grab a coffee mug or a t-shirt, become a channel member. Anyway, there's plenty of other videos on the channel. I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.